There's a unique power that women carry within them. It's not the loud, in-your-face kind of power. It's the quiet force that makes things happen. The strength that sustains us through the toughest times, and the beauty that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. But here's the thing, that power is dual. It's a blend of strength and vulnerability, softness and force, leadership and compassion. It's a balance that no one else can replicate. Think about it for a second. Strength isn't just about being tough. It's about being able to break and still keep moving forward. It's about having the courage to be vulnerable, to allow your emotions to flow, and still stand tall. That's the power of a woman, the ability to nurture, to love, and to support, but also to stand firm when the world tries to knock her down. She understands that true strength comes from the ability to feel deeply, and through that she connects with others in a way that brings healing and growth. But that power is not always visible. You won't always see it in the way she looks or the way she speaks. Sometimes her strength is in the way she listens, the way she picks up the pieces when everything falls apart, the way she keeps the world spinning even when no one is watching. A woman can carry the weight of the world without a single word of complaint and still manage to keep moving forward. Her influence is immense, even when no one recognizes it. And that's where the magic happens. A woman knows how to balance softness with strength, gentleness with force. She doesn't have to choose between being kind and being strong. She doesn't have to pick between leading with her heart or her head. She can do both. In the boardroom, at home, in the community, she can walk with grace and still command respect. It's that balance that makes her unstoppable. When the world expects her to back down, she stands taller, not with arrogance, but with a quiet confidence that she has the power to make a difference. One of the most remarkable things about a woman is her ability to transform. Where others see failure, she sees opportunity. Where others see obstacles, she sees lessons. She has a way of turning adversity into success. It's in her DNA to never give up, to keep fighting, to keep going, even when things don't look like they'll work out. That's the power of transformation. It's the way she takes her pain and turns it into fuel for her fire. It's the way she rises no matter how many times she falls. And finally, women have this dual power to influence and lead, all while staying true to themselves. They know how to build others up without losing their own sense of purpose. They can inspire, motivate, and push others to greatness, all while carving out their own path to success. The woman who truly understands her power knows how to empower others, and that's a power that can change the world. So don't underestimate the power of a woman. It's not just strength. It's resilience, compassion, influence, transformation, and independence. It's the dual power that shapes nations, families, and hearts. And it's something every woman carries within her, whether she knows it or not. Strength and vulnerability is often seen as a contradiction, yet it's one of the most profound qualities a person can possess. Vulnerability doesn't mean weakness, it means the courage to show your true self, to reveal your emotions, and to stand before the world with all your imperfections. It takes far more strength to allow yourself to be vulnerable than to hide behind a facade of perfection or control. When a person, especially a woman, opens her heart and allows herself to feel deeply, she invites growth, connection, and healing, not only for herself, but also for those around her. In a world that often prizes toughness, being vulnerable can feel like a risk. But in truth, it's one of the bravest acts a person can make. When you open yourself up to the world, you open the door to deeper relationships, to understanding, and to real emotional intimacy. The strength of vulnerability lies in the fact that it allows you to be authentic, to speak your truth, and to live a life that is aligned with your deepest values and feelings. It shows the world that you're not afraid of being who you truly are, no matter how messy or complex that might be. Vulnerability allows women to connect with others on a deeper level, to create bonds built on trust, empathy, and shared experiences. It's in the moments of raw honesty that real relationships are formed, whether it's with a partner, a friend, or even with oneself. Vulnerability means being willing to show up, even when you're afraid of judgment or rejection. It's in these moments that true strength is revealed, the ability to stand in your truth without apology or fear of what others may think. For women, this form of strength and vulnerability is often underestimated, yet it is this very quality that fuels their resilience. It's what enables them to rise after disappointment, to forgive when it hurts, and to love when it feels impossible. Women who embrace their vulnerability are not weak, they are powerful. They understand that to truly live, to fully experience all that life has to offer, they must allow themselves to be open to both joy and sorrow, success and failure, because it is through those experiences that true growth occurs. In embracing vulnerability, a woman becomes unstoppable. It is in her ability to expose her heart that she finds the deepest strength. It's not about being perfect or untouchable, it's about being real, about showing the world that she is strong enough to be herself in all her complexity. And in that authenticity lies a strength that no one can ever take away. There is a power that often goes unnoticed, the kind that operates quietly behind the scenes, moving with purpose but without fanfare. It's the kind of strength that doesn't need to be proclaimed or acknowledged to be effective. It's the unseen power that women carry within them, the one that sustains families, communities, and entire nations, yet often remains invisible to the outside world. This power is in the small, everyday acts, the nurturing that shapes the future, the words of encouragement that fuel someone else's ambition, the sacrifices made without expectation of recognition. It's in the way a woman holds everything together, even when the weight of the world is on her shoulders. She may not be applauded for every meal she prepares, every lesson she teaches, or every challenge she overcomes, but each act is a testament to a quiet strength that holds the fabric of society intact. Often, this unseen power is not celebrated, yet it drives everything that matters. It's in the strength to endure, to keep going, even when it feels like the world is falling apart. It's in the ability to listen with empathy, to stand strong for others, to protect and defend those who need it. It's in the resilience to face hardship, to rise after setbacks, to continue pushing forward, even when it seems like no one is paying attention. Women possess an unseen power that goes beyond physical strength. It's emotional, intellectual, and spiritual, and it often works its magic in ways that are not always recognized. But just because it's not always visible doesn't mean it's not powerful. Sometimes the greatest impact is made in the quiet moments, in the unspoken gestures, and in the way a woman continues to pour into others day after day with no need for praise. The world may overlook this power, but that doesn't mean it's any less significant. In fact, the very fact that it remains unseen gives it a certain weight. It's a power that doesn't demand attention, but commands respect. It's the power to create change, to influence, to uplift, and to transform lives, all without needing to be in the spotlight. It's a quiet revolution, a force that moves through the world, shaping history in ways we may never fully understand, but in ways that are undeniable. And in its silence, there is a strength that cannot be ignored. The balance of softness and force is a remarkable quality that allows women to navigate the world in a way that is uniquely powerful. It's not about choosing between being kind and being strong, but rather understanding that these qualities can coexist, each one enhancing the other. A woman's ability to be soft does not diminish her strength. In fact, it enhances it. Softness is often mistaken for weakness, but in reality, it takes incredible strength to remain compassionate, patient, and nurturing in a world that can be harsh and unforgiving. Softness in a woman is about being connected to her emotions, her intuition, and her capacity for empathy. It's the ability to listen deeply, to understand without judgment, and to offer care without expecting anything in return. This softness creates an environment of trust and safety, where people feel valued and heard. But while softness has its own power, it doesn't mean passivity. It takes courage to stay soft in the face of adversity, to continue to show kindness and love even when the world may be cold or cruel. That is where the true strength lies, in choosing to remain open, vulnerable, and kind even when it's difficult. On the other hand, the force of a woman is found in her decisiveness, her determination, and her ability to take action when it's needed. This is not about aggression or domination, but about standing firm in her beliefs and in her purpose. It's the power to say no when necessary, to protect her boundaries, and to pursue her goals with an unwavering commitment. The force that a woman carries is often seen in the way she can face challenges head-on, whether in her career, her relationships, or her personal growth. It's the ability to keep going when things get tough, to push through when others would give up. It's a quiet strength that commands respect. When these two forces, softness and force, are balanced, a woman becomes unstoppable. She leads with compassion, but also stands her ground when needed. She knows when to give and when to hold back. She understands the power of nurturing, but she also knows that she must protect her energy and her peace. This balance allows her to navigate life's complexities with grace and power. She can be tender and fierce, gentle and strong, all at once. It's this dynamic combination that makes her an extraordinary force in the world. A woman who has mastered this balance becomes a true leader. She doesn't have to raise her voice to be heard. Her presence is enough. She doesn't have to force people to follow her. They are drawn to her authenticity and strength. This balance of softness and force enables her to inspire those around her, to create positive change, and to lead by example. It's a power that cannot be denied, because it's rooted in the deepest parts of who she is. The power of transformation lies in a woman's incredible ability to turn hardship into growth. It's in the way she navigates life's challenges, emerging stronger, wiser, and more determined with each setback. Transformation is not just about change, it's about how a woman adapts, how she takes moments of adversity and uses them to fuel her journey forward. What others may see as failure, she sees as an opportunity to learn and improve. Her capacity to transform is not defined by her circumstances, but by her perspective, the way she chooses to respond when life doesn't go according to plan. A woman's ability to transform is rooted in her resilience. She doesn't let a bad situation define her. When life knocks her down, she doesn't remain defeated. She rises stronger than before with new insights, new strength, and a deeper sense of purpose. Transformation is often born in the moments of struggle, when she decides that what happens to her won't determine who she becomes. Instead, she harnesses every experience, good or bad, and allows it to shape her into someone greater. This transformative power is not about the world changing, but about her ability to evolve within it. She understands that the challenges she faces are not obstacles, but stepping stones, each one bringing her closer to the person she is meant to be. It's in the way she rises from difficult situations with newfound strength, how she reframes her mindset to see the possibilities even in the darkest times. She is never the same after experiencing hardship. Instead, she transforms into a better version of herself. But transformation is also about the way a woman reinvents herself. It's not just about bouncing back, it's about moving forward in a new direction, fueled by the wisdom and experiences gained along the way. She understands that transformation isn't an event, but a process, a continuous journey of growth, reinvention, and self-discovery. Whether she's transitioning into a new phase of life, overcoming personal struggles, or discovering new passions, she is constantly evolving, constantly reshaping herself into someone more aligned with her highest self. The power of transformation is in her ability to let go of the past without losing the lessons it brought her. It's in the way she understands that every experience contributes to her growth, and with each transformation she becomes more of the person she was always meant to be. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving, evolving, and becoming the fullest version of herself. A woman's power lies not only in her ability to influence those around her, but also in her capacity to maintain her independence while doing so. Influence doesn't always come from a loud voice or a commanding presence often. It's the quiet strength, the way she leads by example, the way her actions speak louder than words. She has the rare ability to inspire, motivate, and guide others without losing sight of her own path. In fact, it's her independence, her ability to think for herself, to make her own decisions, and to walk her own journey that makes her influence so powerful. This balance of influence and independence is something that women have been cultivating for centuries. While they influence others through their nurturing, their leadership, and their compassion, they never lose their sense of self. They know that their value doesn't come from how others perceive them, but from their own sense of worth and purpose. They understand that being independent means being able to stand firm in their convictions, to make choices based on their own beliefs, and to live a life that is true to who they are. The ability to influence comes from the respect others have for her authenticity. People follow her not because they are forced to, but because they believe in her vision, her strength, and her integrity. Whether it's in the home, the workplace, or the community, a woman's influence often stems from her ability to uplift those around her. She inspires others to rise, to challenge themselves, and to be better, all while maintaining her own sense of autonomy. She doesn't need external validation to know her worth. She is rooted in her own purpose. At the same time, this independence allows her to live without the fear of losing herself in the process of helping others. A woman who knows her own power isn't afraid to walk alone when necessary, to carve her own path, and to make decisions that align with her goals and values. She doesn't need anyone's permission to pursue her dreams, and she doesn't let anyone's limitations define what she can accomplish. Her independence gives her the freedom to be the architect of her own destiny, allowing her to rise and succeed on her own terms. What makes this combination of influence and independence even more powerful is the way it empowers others. When a woman stands in her power and embraces her independence, she creates space for others to do the same. She doesn't just lead by example, she fosters an environment where others feel encouraged to be their best selves, to find their own strength, and to live authentically. In this way, her influence extends far beyond herself. It inspires a ripple effect that empowers entire communities, families, and organizations. In essence, the dual power of influence and independence gives a woman the ability to shape the world around her without sacrificing her sense of self. It's a strength that allows her to move forward confidently, to lead with compassion, and to remain true to her own vision and values. It's the kind of power that not only transforms her own life, but has the potential to change the lives of others as well. In the end, the true power of a woman lies in her ability to embrace the duality within her, her strength and vulnerability, her unseen resilience, her balance of softness and force, her transformative spirit, and her influence alongside her independence. These qualities are not contradictions, but rather the very essence of what makes her unstoppable. When she fully understands and harnesses these powers, there's nothing she cannot overcome, no dream she cannot achieve, and no person she cannot inspire. So to every woman who questions her worth, who doubts her ability to lead or transform, remember this: you are the embodiment of dual power. Your vulnerability is strength, your influence is limitless, and your independence is the foundation upon which greatness is built. Don't ever let anyone or anything make you feel small. Stand in your truth, own your power, and know that when you do, you have the ability to not only change your own life, but to shape the world around you. The world needs your strength, your voice, and your vision. It's time to rise and show the world the power that resides within you.